Hey guys, so I don't really need my computer for this specific video. Actually, I don't know if I need my camera for the next video either I'm gonna make, if I'm even gonna make it. Um, but I probably will. But this video, simply put, is discussing the leaks from a few months ago during the Russian Expo event, where some guy said that he saw footage from the film and came out and publicly described the footage he saw, and a lot of people didn't believe it. But with the leaked footage from the other day being pretty on point, let's discuss it. So I never actually did discuss this footage, but basically, I don't have the footage put up, but I do know the leak pretty well. I believe so. Um, Apparently, in this leak, Alexander Skarsgård is going to be a villain for, I would assume, Apex, which is weird because, you know, he's been promoting himself as a good guy or kind of like wacky or something. I don't even know how I want to say it. He did say he's a really good character. I believe visiting this old ancient temple. I forget what for, but maybe I don't know it as well as I thought. I'm sure you guys have heard this 100 times, so, you know, any details I miss, you know, you guys have probably heard yourself. But the next thing they discuss, Ghidorah, which is, this footage talks about King Ghidorah. Apparently he's back. He's locked up in a city in chains with soldiers surrounding him, and lightning flashes as he roars out in anger. We don't have footage, so we don't have a good size comparison, but it's likely that he's not as powerful and as big as his counterpart. With this possibly true and what Sayaka said the other day, it could be something like they will use him to make Godzilla or something. You know, we don't have any confirmation on how exactly they can use Ghidorah in the film. I don't want him to be the enemy. I'd rather Mecha G. I know a lot of people probably want it. They're like, oh, that's silly, but like, we're about to get a boat that can hold 2 kaijus above water that are like 100,000 tons. So, I mean, why not get Mecha G? I prefer him over Mecha King Ghidorah. Personally, I think it's too quick to do something like Mecha King Ghidorah. Although Mecha G, you could say it's too quick too, but it just depends on execution, I guess. They do talk about as they describe it, pathetic dialogue about a great battle or a great war. Not sure why they call it pathetic. Just for some reason they do. Up to this point, I don't know if there's any other smaller details, footage, or anything I've missed. The big one, though, that really leaked us yesterday, apparently there's a shot with Godzilla and Ghidorah fighting on like an aircraft carrier. Kong swings at Godzilla, like he's doing in the footage. Hits Godzilla in the face. Godzilla unfazed. And Kong gets shocked, and Godzilla reacts and hits Godzilla, and he goes flying off the screen. And that's the end of the footage. Oh, and the aircraft carrier's sinking or something, which probably is why, you know, there's giant monsters on it. It is probably sinking, you know. We probably just don't see it, but it is probably going down, you know. People are like, you don't have the full context. It's probably not holding them up. It probably is sinking or something. I doubt they're going to go all out like that. But, anyway, so they basically, that's the gist of the leak. Mostly I wanted to talk about the ending Kong Godzilla action sequence. Now, are these two related? Does this confirm the leak? It's really hard to say at this point. In my opinion, I would say it's highly likely. Up to this point, we've had really no information about the leak. Like, other than that, I know there's a kind of a, not a fan translation, but like another translation of someone tries to make about it, which, give or take, does kind of say it in a weird way. But, because they try to translate it in their own way, a lot of people believe that they're fighting on opposite sides of the aircraft carrier or something, but we saw in the footage them on the aircraft carrier, which is why people didn't believe it. Even I kind of didn't believe it, because I was like, they're not going to be on it, right? Well, they're on it. If it is an aircraft carrier, it could be something else. Is this real? We can't be for sure. You know, it kind of comes down to, until we get more footage stuff, what can we take out of this if it is real? Well, Ghidorah is going to be back in some way, shape, or form in chains. Hopefully, for the most part, he's not a major adversary in the movie. He's not like the main villain or something. They leave that for Mecha G, since he's probably going to be in the movie. Unless MG refers to Mecha Ghidorah, that'd be crazy. And then, probably a lot smaller and stuff. It could be how they take one of his brains and put it in, Mecha Godzilla, which I don't know if the whole brain thing's gonna happen or not. Them fighting on the aircraft carrier, though, it's sinking, and Kong punching Godzilla, as we saw yesterday, he's gonna punch him pretty hard, I would assume, and then Godzilla just reacts and hits him across the thing. Well, I would assume, he doesn't describe it, I assume he counters with his tail. I assume he's not like, he doesn't like punch him and he goes flying off the screen. That'd be pretty nuts if that was the case. But, because Kong seems to be about the height of Godzilla. So, I could believe his tail doing that. We've seen what his tail did to the Mamuto. And I doubt Ghidorah's anywhere near the weight of King Ghidorah. So, we did kind of see what that tail did to King Ghidorah too. It did a pretty good shot and hurt Ghidorah. I mean, we didn't see a lot of the counter or the after effects, you know. It could have popped his ribs out. It could have broke his ribs, something. We didn't see it. Plus, Ghidorah has really quick regeneration. But the Mamuto got absolutely destroyed by his tail. But we have no confirmation of if he's using a tail or not. I would just say if that actually happened, the only ways he would even be able to blow is like with a tail that shot that hard. Or like, because Godzilla moves pretty quickly. Or, maybe even his atomic breath, since we know it's more beam-like now. Unless they revert back to the 2014 one and retcon the King of the Monsters atomic breath. I'm not talking about the supercharged atomic breath. I'm talking about, like, the Antarctica battle one where he has more of a Toho beam. But I really don't see how that could happen. But, it lines up, though. I mean, if they really are on an aircraft carrier, you know, especially if we get a trailer soon, that shot's in it and they're on an aircraft, I could completely believe that. When would we get? I don't know when we would get a trailer to confirm that, but if we did, then I don't think it'll be anytime in the near future, but it would definitely show, like, even if they don't show Ghidorah's in it or something, it would show. I do know, actually, there was more footage they showed that they said had unfinished CGI, so it's hard to tell what's going on, which is really weird, because there was actually another person there at the expo who said most of the CGI seemed really finished. So unless they've been, like, Sayaka said, you know, where he said, like, the Hong Kong battle has, like, 24, like, level effects, 2014 level effects, 24, then it's possible that that's all they focused on, and then they delayed it because everything else wasn't finished. They're just like, yeah, well, we'll just do the rest of the effects now. But a lot of movies, I think they have to film in advance and start immediately sending footage back for the effects team to start working on, like, immediately. Especially big films like Transformers, or this film. Because I believe we're going to see a lot of the Titans in it. I wouldn't be shocked if Godzilla had the most screen time in this movie, because 2014, I believe, is his current most screen time in the Monsterverse. King of the Monsters, I believe, had the second most. People might get pissed at me for saying that for some reason. I don't know what the hell people's problems are. Even though Godzilla only had, like, 10 minutes and, like, 14 seconds or something of screen time in King of the Monsters. In 2014, he had, like, 11 minutes. But not that any of that matters. And it's kind of beyond the point here. Does that description line up with you guys? Personally, I think we're not going to be able to completely tell, but it seems like if it is true, Ghidorah is back. You know, the leaks kind of line up. There's a lot more leaks. I would say Sayaka would be a good person to ask since he's back, to see if they're one and the same. But either way, that's about it for this video, guys. What's your guys' thoughts on this? Would you be okay with King Ghidorah being back some way, shape, or form? You know, not going against, not talking about anything Sayaka said. Would you guys be fine with Ghidorah being back? Or would you guys rather just him be completely gone? Would you guys be fine with them being on the aircraft carrier if it was sinking? Kong punching Godzilla, Godzilla not reacting really, just no-selling it, and knocking Kong across the screen. Probably the first interaction they'll have with each other in the movie, but who knows. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please share, like, and subscribe. As always, peace. Bye-bye.